Good morning, guys. So, we're playing with some stuff today. Let me walk you through this. This is the light bar that I've been using on my old car. It's fantastic. It has 2 red, 2 amber, and 1 blue straight in the center, which matches all the requirements that we need. The actual requirements are you must have, I think it's like 2 square inches of an amber, 2 square inches of a red, and then a blue light. Cool. There's only one problem with this thing. So this guy is bright as hell. Easy to see, easy to keep me safe. But because we have this lovely curved window, the position which this thing has to lie in is cumbersome. It takes away a lot of space. And to put it in back and to give myself more space, well, then it obstructs the light. And we're not allowed to bring it out. Okay. Those are the problems. There are a lot of circumstances in which I have to reach into the back there, and I was constantly running into the light, and it just sort of gets in the way of this room here or the ability to see it outside. So I'm playing with another idea. This is a product available from Amazon for anywhere between $5 and $15. It is a flexible LED light with all of these lovely chips on there. This one is amber. These ones are red. Now, we can do some math and say roughly 2 square inches, but at the end of the day, it's an LED. And this boy is powerful. How powerful, you ask? About that powerful. That ain't bad. So a lot of guys, at least a lot of traditional guys, buy these lights. I think MP sells them about that big, about 2 square inches. It's a good old-fashioned halogen. They stick it right here, and, you know, God be the way. I would argue that one light is more powerful than that good old-fashioned halogen. More importantly, this guy weighs damn near nothing. I'd love to weigh it for you, but its weight comes down in grams. It's nothing. Also, being flexible, being the way that they mount, I can put them all along this little channel here, and they are out of the way. They are safe and secure. They are bright as hell. They are able to be seen by all angles one might be able to see these things at. The only problem is, as far as I can tell, this has never been done before. So this is another one of those, Mike has a grand idea, let's see if it works things. But I'm going to see if it works. They weigh nothing, they're out of the way, they are super bright, plus having a bunch of individual lights like that, I can program them to be what I want. Turn signals, brake lights, and the stagnant blue. We're going to give this a go. This might be one of those things that doesn't work out, but not for the lack of trying. Well, here is the idea. They're just taped into place, but you see how they fit perfectly into that cute little channel there, staying completely out of the way, and yet are plenty bright. I think I want to use different red ones, as they're sort of not nearly as powerful as the amber, and I'm leaving a space in the middle there for the blue light. But, mate, I think this will work. I was worried about... I'm going to rest them on this angle. Sorry, refraction. I'm going to rest them on this angle, which has a slight downward face. So I was worried about their actual relative direction. But they're good. How do they look from up there? Yeah, perfectly fine, dude. Different red ones. I have a blue one on order already. This is the way, my friends. This is the way. And you know what? Cool thing is, I don't have to stop there. I can throw those 4 up there. If I wanted to be cool, I could put some across here. I could put some across there. I can line them across there. Throw them on the fenders. Dude, I can do whatever the hell I want with these. And they take like 1/4 of a volt. Yeah. That's the frickin' way, man. That's the way. Alright, so I posted about these to all my friends on Instagram. And unless I get a decent reason why I should not do it, that is the way. Unequivocally. This is going to be fun. I'm going to have to make up some sort of wiring harness because I got just a right mess here. But this is going to work out beautifully. Cool. Now, next thing. Weather's finally cleared. I was mucking with the lights today because it was wet and rainy, and I have to get in there with some power tools and start taking some crap off. Well, sun's out, car's mostly dry, so let's get in there and take some crap off. Huzzah. I got a stupid problem. These stupid fittings. These two bolts are not connected unless they're just sort of like put into the rubber there. To keep everything solid, I put these on with red Loctite, and now all four of them don't want to come off. And I'm not sure I'm going to make this work yet. I may end up having to buy new ones of these, which is stupid. Anyways, I do want this bracket because this might fit on the new car. All right, I've been spending some time rebuilding this whole thing. That is because, well, this is the original oil cooler that I ran. So since we're rebuilding everything, might as well give it a go. Okay, cool. Things to take note of. This little guy's at a bit of an angle here. I must have dropped it, tweaked it, something at some point. Furthermore, these original fittings, I should probably redo these while I'm here. Cool. I'm going to run it for now because it was working fine and dandy on that car. So it should be fine again. But my idea of reusing these brackets, well, it was a hope that it would be able to fit somewhere decently in here. And it looks like it's not going to. So I'm going to have to make a brand new bracket for that thing, which is fine. Lastly, I want to make... So this thing does have a fan, but it's quite a bit of a gap, and I'm afraid that it doesn't actually do a god-darn thing. So I'm going to make a shroud that kind of connects off of here around, and so on and so forth on the other side, just to seal this in and get everything being drawn out by the fan, hopefully to make it a bit more efficient across the board. That is the idea, at least. Cool. So with that off, they are ready to bolt onto the new car, but I want one more thing, the battery box. And that's a bit of a pain. So, battery box is not actually a box. It's a couple pieces of angle iron with some stuff welded between them. Because when you throw this guy on, it works freaking perfectly. Like, unbelievably, amazingly well. So I'm going to run this again. I have it welded onto this lovely location there, and there. Just got to cut those off one way or the other and run it or swap it or something. Clean it up while I'm at it too. And the beautiful part about this whole thing is if I start chopping any wires, who really cares? Other cars getting new wires. So let's knock her out. All right, battery box and or tie down. Out. Fresh coat of paint on it, all cleaned up, good to go. Now, if you remember on the last one, I had it positioned over here. But since I've redone a few things with the tubing, that's no longer going to work. So I'm going to try to put it in this space against the wall there. I'm a little hesitant to do so because, well, these panels, they aren't that thick. Someone whacks me hard enough right over there, well, there could be a problem. So I'm going to try to make it nice and secure, tied into just about everything I can back there, whilst still being accessible and easy to work with. That's the idea, at least. We'll see how that one works out. Well, we are also running out of time for the day before I have to get on to a few more things this evening, and I misplaced my Sawzall. I don't need the Sawzall, I just need the battery. It's somewhere. So, try to clear out the rest of this crap back here. Get my coil off, get my breather off. This is the crankcase breather. We use these. We use the hell out of those. Then get my pumper off, get my... Dude, I'm trying to strip the back end. Like, that's the goal for the day. I want the back end naked. So let's try these two things. And we have the last bits of the fuel system. That's my lovely empty pump there. Oh, my giant fuel filter. My pressure regulator. We work with 4 to 4.5 psi. And because it's so low, the psi that you run is it's very specific. Tim likes me to run, I think, 4.25 psi. One small problem though, because everything past here was a pressurized system. That means this thing is full of gasoline. This thing was full of gasoline. And in the ensuing process, I dumped gasoline all over here. Yes, dried leaves plus gasoline means I am done working with the angle grinder for the day. Yeah, we are in a no spark zone. In fact, you should probably grab out the leaf blower and at least disperse this crap as best as possible. Not the brightest thing I've done recently. But, you know, that's class 11, man. We wouldn't be here if we were bright. All right, I gotta put these things where I'm not gonna lose them. Oh, I also got off my breather box. You ever seen one of these? They have, need to clean that again, 3 entrances to them. One coming from the crankcase and then one from each of the heads. In there lies this little foam filter. So if there ever is an excess of crank pressure and there's oil that goes up, these lines get filled up with oil, it dumps it into here, and hopefully it just pools in here because this top does not fit like perfectly snug. It's not watertight. You can look in there, there's a bit of a gap. Yeah, that is the breather apparatus of it. Any pressure can just sort of gel out of there. Now, if you're having a real problem, like you've fried your piston rings, yes, this entire thing will fill up with oil, and it will shoot oil out everywhere, which is sort of just how you know when you have a problem. Okay, sorry, interesting points with Mike. Last bit I want to get off is my, I got my Rugged Radios, what's it called? Air filter, pumper. My Rugged Radios pumper that needs to come out, and then I think we're good-ish for the time being. At least back half. Alright, so where are we at with everything? Well, I spent the day pulling all of this crap off and rebuilding what I can because we need to build out the interior of this thing. We have the seats and we have the tank set, but we need to get the oil cooler, the oil filter, the battery, the pumper, all of this crap that needs to be welded in or fabricated in. That's what I want to get done next. I want to get the interior built out, then get a coat of paint on the car, and then I can start wiring and plumbing everything for a finish. But it starts with this crap. Cool. But we are at the end of my time for the day. I got some other stuff to get on to, so we're going to get on to that. And furthermore, next week I am heading out to California because one of the major problems that I have here in Florida is absolutely every single thing, every single bit, part, and piece that I put on this car has to come from California. And that means shipping costs, which adds up. So there are some parts that I need to grab out there. Some fenders, a couple of doors, a deck lid, my motor, which hopefully should be ready from Tim, and a few other bits and bobs and things. And otherwise, that I've actually done some math. And it's more cost effective for me to drive my truck out to the other side of the country, pick this crap up, throw it all in the bed and drive it back, than it is to spend shipping on every single one of these things. And I have to say, most of that comes down to the fenders. I'm saving at least $500 by not shipping fenders, and $400 by not shipping the motor. So it adds up, dude. But that means tomorrow I need to go through and pack up all of my crap and actually get the truck loaded and ready to go for a 5,000-mile journey across the country. Ooh, I need to get an oil change too. So, where we are at, where you see this pile of crap back here, it's going to stay there for a week. But that's fine. I also get to take in a day of snowboarding when I'm out there.